Lions, we just wanted to introduce you to the Math 6 team. I'm Miss Love.
I'm Mr. Lee.
And I'm Mrs. Robertson.
Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Robertson and I am one of the 3 Math 6 teachers here at Ladera Ranch Middle School. Tonight I am going to be taking you through the Canvas portion of our Back to School Night presentation. Canvas is our new online learning platform. It is where your students can find all of their work for all of their classes. In Math 6, the most important part of our Canvas page is the modules. This is where notes and homework can be found. So I'm going to go ahead and take you to Canvas so that you can see what exactly the modules look like. When your student goes onto their Math 6 page, they will be directed to their home page. Every teacher's looks different, but here is mine. On the left-hand side of your screen, you can click Modules, and then you will see all of the materials and resources for the course organized weekly. So for example, this week was August 31st to September 4th. Last week's is below it, and so on and so forth. The modules are organized the same every single week for the sake of consistency. Up top, we will always start with the notes for the first day of the week, Monday. So for example, right here, you can see comparing and ordering integers notes, Monday. We put the days of the week in parentheses to help your students stay organized and on track. If we wanted to look at what our notes look like, we could click on that page and you would be directed to a page that looked just like this. We keep a blank copy of the notes hyperlinked so that your students can print them out at home if they'd like. However, they can also pick up the printed notes at the Ladera Ranch Middle School front office, or they can even write them down on their own separate sheet of notebook paper. So 3 options: print it at home, pick it up at school, or write it down on a separate sheet of paper. We will also always include a video here that is made by myself, Miss Love, or Mr. Lee, the 3 Math 6 teachers at Ladera. These videos are great resources for your students if they were absent, their technology broke down during class, or they simply want to review. We also contain a copy of the filled-in notes for the same purpose. The notes are what we take in class every single day. The notes do not get turned in to us, but we do encourage students to keep them organized so that they have them ready to go in the instance of a notebook check. If you go back to the modules, the matching homework is always directly underneath the notes. You can even see it's indented like that to make it easy to spot. Every homework assignment has different instructions for how to submit it. Some are submitted through Canvas, some are submitted through Clever, which you could access by clicking that link. It really just depends on the assignment. In order to help your students stay organized and help them keep track of everything, we usually put detailed instructions. So let's look at this example from last week. The notes were on the number system. You can click on the matching homework. This assignment has all the details. So here is the homework. You could click on it. Again, they can print it at home, pick it up at school, or copy it in their notebook. And then in yellow, I will always highlight when it is due and how to submit it. So for example, this assignment is due Thursday at 8 a.m. for blue, Friday at 8 a.m. for gold. To submit it, students needed to upload a copy of their homework to Canvas. Okay, and here's the instructions on how to do so. And then I even included a video walking them through it to help. For homework assignments, we will also include the solutions. Solutions are a great way for students to check their work, make sure they're on the right track, and figure out which questions they have and what they can ask in class and where they need more support. Okay, so that's the gist of the modules. The notes are done in class. The homework is done at home when students are not in their live session. Last point is grades. On Canvas, you can access the grades by clicking this tab. Okay, grades are updated regularly and as frequently as we possibly can. This is your student's total grade in the class. Down here, you will see all of their assignments, when they were due, how many points they got, and how many it was worth. If a student did not turn an assignment in, it will show up as a missing and a 0. We do encourage late work. So if students forgot to turn it in, they can turn it in late for half credit. Okay, we never want to have anyone have zeros. We always want them to submit. Lastly, if you need to contact me at any point during the school year, you can email me off of Canvas. If you have a parent account, you can just go to the inbox here and email me. If not, you can contact me at kbrobertson@capousd.org, and I will always get back to you within 24 hours. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. I am so excited to continue to get to know your students and your families throughout the rest of the school year. Now listen up to Miss Love talk about emailing teachers.
Hello, my little mathematicians. Miss Love here to show you how to submit a late assignment and then email your teacher about it. First of all, always check the grades. And if you see a score of 0, that means you got a 0 out of however much the assignment was out of. Once you're alerted to your 0, please click the modules button. Find the assignment. For instance, I saw that I was missing the fractions and decimals homework. So I click on it and it'll bring me here. At the top is a blank copy. Always click here to get the blank copy so that you can double check you have the correct assignment that you are attaching. Once you verify it as the correct assignment, scroll down to the bottom and click here to check your answers. Once you click there, it'll bring you to the answers. Star the ones you got right, cross off the ones you got wrong, and then hopefully reattempt the ones you got wrong. Once you've corrected your answers, please go back and look at how to submit your assignment. Once you have submitted it, you're good. If you see that submit sign gone, you know that you have turned it in. Resubmit means it's turned in. Submit means you haven't done it yet. If you're turning in something late, please alert your teacher by sending them an email. See this inbox over off on the left. Click that. And then you can send your teacher an email by clicking this compose a new message icon. Select the class that you want to email. In the To button, you can email a friend in the class or your teacher. Always give it a subject. If you're contacting outside of Canvas, which I don't recommend because sometimes they get lost, here are our emails. I recommend using this inside of Canvas. But regardless, when you are sending an email, please use your first and last name, your math period, and mention the title of the assignment. For instance, I would say, Dear Mrs. Robertson, this is John Smith from period 5. I am emailing you to let you know that I turned in my fractions and decimals homework. Please check it and update my grade at your earliest convenience. I'm sorry for submitting it past the due date. Thank you, John. Now we have to go back and you've alerted us that we need to look at this late assignment. Please allow up to 24 hours. If you're going to need more time on an assignment or having technical difficulties, please email your teacher before the deadline of the assignment in order to avoid receiving late or half credit. Don't forget to hit the send button so your teacher actually receives your email. Okay, now in order to avoid getting half credit, we're next going to talk about how to receive full credit on your assignments.
Hi, this is Mr. Lee here to wrap things up for you and talk about homework, quizzes, and tests. If you'd like to see a picture of me without a mask, here I am. Prior to COVID times, and I was able to do cool things such as eat inside of a restaurant. Really miss those days. We're going to start by talking about paper homework. Now, these are worksheets that can be picked up at school in packets, or they can be printed out, or if the student would like, they can just write the problems and work and answers on a separate sheet of paper. For these assignments, pictures must be taken and they need to be submitted through Canvas. The easiest way to do this is by downloading the Canvas student app. You can download it on a phone, an iPad, or a tablet. If you can't do that, you can also take a photo with the Chromebook camera, which often can be kind of blurry. So just make sure the student looks at the photo and sees if they can read anything on the paper. Now, if it's too blurry for them, it's probably too blurry for us, and we may ask them to resubmit the photo. For full credit, students must have the following. It must be submitted on time. Late assignments are going to be half credit. Students must also show their work. Now, if they do not show their work, it will not be worth any credit. So make sure they show their work. And finally, it should be corrected. It is very important, extra important during distance learning, that students take ownership of their own learning and they're using the answer key that we provide in order to see whether they're doing things correctly or incorrectly. We want them to actually show us that they know how to correct their papers and that they are marking things off that are incorrect. Now, ideally, they would fix any mistakes they make, but if they're confused, they can always bring those questions to class. Regarding online homework assignments, most of those are assigned using through something called the Personal Math Trainer, or PMT. And we recommend that the students still work these problems out on a scratch piece of paper, but the online homework is submitted online and they don't need to take a picture of their work for these assignments. With tests and quizzes during distance learning, we are going to be using apps such as Apex, Google Forms, and Quizzes, and Illuminate in order to test students. This will change when we return to in-person learning. Tests and quizzes will be available within a testing window, typically a day or a couple of days. Now, if your student is unable to take a test or quiz during the testing window, it's very important that they email us beforehand. If a student takes a test or quiz outside of the testing window past the due date, then the high score they'll be able to receive is 70%. So communication is key here. Now, if you need to contact me, you can use the Canvas inbox or email me at VALE or vale@capousd.org. Thank you so much for being invested in your kids' education. We know that distance learning is an adjustment, but we're here to support your student and help them succeed. We hope you enjoy the rest of your back-to-school virtual experience. Have a wonderful evening.